Mediocre white men. Mediocre white men has been a subject you hear a lot of black people talking about, especially those who have been strongly influenced by race hustlers throwing this term around. Or these mediocre white men out here getting these positions, and a black person has worked 2 times or 3 times or 10 times harder to get a position. Let me give you some real talk when it comes to mediocre white men, especially for you black people to understand what your role and responsibility is in this whole situation. First of all, is there a such thing as a mediocre white man? The answer is yes, there is. Same thing, same way there are mediocre black people, mediocre Asians, mediocre Latin people. They are mediocre in every group. And I've seen it specifically in the speaking industry, consulting, the training industry, book writers, people in politics, people getting promotions at the corporate level. There are mediocre white men getting those jobs and those roles. Again, there are people in every group who are mediocre getting these positions. But some of you may say, well, it happens disproportionately for mediocre white men. Okay, I'll give you that point simply because more white men. And a lot of institutions are run by white people. So let's give you that point. Moving on to point number 2. Is this an excuse for you? If you are not a white man, is it an excuse for you? Even if you are a great and amazing black person or Latin female or Asian guy, is this existence of mediocre white men an excuse for you to not achieve? The answer is hell no. It is not an excuse for you. The game is still the game. What does that mean? That means that if you are sure, if you are convinced that there are a bunch of mediocre white men getting positions just because they're mediocre and white and male, and you are not mediocre and you're not white and you're not male, that does not mean you should sit on the sideline and bitch about it and do nothing and be a failure, because that game is not rigged to help you. The game may be rigged to help somebody else. If you truly believe that, you can't sit around and do nothing based on it. You need to adjust as necessary so that you can win anyway, because this is a results-based business, not a whining and crying and story-based business. Which leads to point number 3. You need to make the decision to be what is necessary and do what is necessary to win, because we are in a results-based business. So what does that mean? That means that at the end of everything, your life, your day, your career, the game, the business, the job, etc., you are judged on the outcome. You are not judged on what you could have did. You're not judged on what you would have done. You're not judged on who didn't help you. You're not judged on whatever excuses you want to come up with or reasons or whatever words you want to use to make it sound okay. You are only judged on what you actually achieved and what you can prove on paper. And if you don't have that, nobody wants to hear your story. WorkOnYourGameUniversity.com. You can learn more about doing this. You can also access my free chatbot, Dre GPT, by going to WorkOnYourGame.com/AI or WorkOnYourGameUniversity.com. Work on your game.